Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another predictions video. And in today's video, I'm going to be predicting the Zepeda versus Arboleda fight. If you are new around here, then you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do need like the video, and let's get straight into it. So, going into this fight, Zepeda is 27-0 with 23 KOs, and Arboleda is 19-2 with 14 KOs. This fight is a 12-round fight in the lightweight division. Zepeda's last fight was a win via unanimous decision versus Diaz, and Arboleda's last fight was a win via unanimous decision versus Arenas. Zepeda is a southpaw, of course. Also on this card is De La Hoya versus Moraes for the WBA Intercontinental Featherweight title, and I think that De La Hoya will win via unanimous decision. He's not recently been getting loads of knockouts, and he, of course, had suffered the defeat versus Ronnie Rios in the past, but I still think he's more experienced, been around for longer. I think he is the better fighter out of the two, and yeah, I think he'll be able to win. I think it'll be a close fight, but I think he will be able to win. Going back to the Zepeda fight, fans are wanting tougher fights for Zepeda. I'm especially wanting tougher fights for Zepeda. I think the way that he was going after fighting Diaz, that did set up quite a big next fight available for him, but I don't know how much I like this fight as a fight for him, because of course Arboleda is a good, strong, tough fighter. He's been around and fought some tough opposition, but I think that Zepeda, 27-0, you're seeing what Tank Davis just going in there and at 28-0 and just fighting Ryan Garcia, one of the biggest fights in the lightweight division, and I just like to see Zepeda getting them big fights and then big matchups, and I don't know how much Arboleda is that. So hopefully after this, he's with, I believe, Golden Boy, and so possibly if Ryan Garcia wants to stay down in this weight, he could fight him next, but I don't know if he would, and I don't think he will. But of course, Zepeda can't overlook Arboleda. Of course, like I said, he is a tough fighter, he is a game fighter, and he'll be a tough night for him. So let's speak about him. So he times his shots well. He has heart. He's good when he's confident. He's got bigger reach, and he's got good combinations. It's going to be interesting to see how he deals with the bigger reach, because typically, from what I've seen, especially in that last fight versus Diaz, Zepeda is normally got the bigger reach and uses that to his advantage to an extent. But of course, Zepeda can be hit at times, and Arboleda does put in good, quick combinations, pretty powerful combinations. He sits down on his punches quite well. Of course, like I said, he's good when confident. He does time his punches quite well, and I argue that he'd time them better than Arboleda, but he doesn't throw loads, and compared to Zepeda, who does throw a lot, that's not really going to be a formula unless he has got crazy power, which I don't think it's crazily powerful. I don't think he's got like a Tank Davis level kind of counters. So yeah, I think it would be interesting to see how he can land shots and how he does land shots. But of course, like I say, he doesn't throw loads. He's not the best defensively. He can be outboxed. He gets dropped. He can be sloppy. He can overcommit. He doesn't always cover up or use defensive movement. Overall, defensively, he's not great. I think somebody like a Zepeda, attacking wise, will be able to outbox him in that way. Like I said, he can get outboxed. He's not as good on the back foot. I'd say he's better on the front foot. Of course, he is attacking as well, so he's going to push Zepeda back, and so that's going to be something interesting, but I don't think he's going to push him back much, because like I said, he doesn't throw loads or throw enough to be able to push him back loads. I think he'll push him back a little bit, but yeah, no, I don't think it'll be seeing Zepeda against an overly attacking of a fighter. He's attacking, but not like crazily level attacking, which I would like to see against Zepeda, to see how he deals defensively, because I don't think Zepeda defensively is amazing, but I think he is better than what Arboleda is, or at least has a better attacking than him. But like I said, if he times them shots, he could land one. And as Zepeda, it does have a vulnerable chin and has been knocked down before and has been hurt and did get hurt in the Diaz fight, and he can drop his guard, and like I said, he can get hurt. And so if Arboleda can time a punch or a couple punches, a couple combinations, put some shots together, he really needs to throw, then it can work out for him. But Zepeda, as a fighter, he's a high pressure fighter, has great work rate, consistent combinations, great conditioning, attacks in flurries, gains confidence throughout the fight. He punches through guards, He's got a high pressure, he looks for the big shots, and he'll always return back punches after somebody else throws. And I do really like him as a fighter. I think he's an entertaining fighter. I don't think you're ever going to see a boring fight with him. And the way that he can, and he does throw punches in the later rounds, like he throws them in the first round, it is very impressive and very hard of a skill to be able to do. And he does do that very well. And of course, he does look for the big shots, but I'd say that he maybe doesn't set up the shots as well as what he probably could. Like I said, he punches through the guard, and so he doesn't really care if the punches land on the guard or whatever, because he trusts his power and his work rate and his volume to be able to just hurt you from that. And of course that works. It works against a lot of people. I would probably see it working against Arboleda, but it's not something that he always should be doing, because otherwise, if he is getting against somebody who's got a great chin and always going to walk you down, then it will be quite tough to fare against that. But like I said, I don't think he's been overly tested attacking wise. Like, I don't think I suppose defensively wise, he's not been against somebody who's overly attacking and had to deal too much defensively. As of course, like I said, he has been hurt, but he has managed to bounce back. But like I said, I think he has a bit of a vulnerable chin and does drop his guard, and so that would be interesting to see if somebody can test that. I would say that he probably needs to utilise his jab more instead of just the hooking and looping shots. But when he's putting them combinations together, it doesn't really matter too much. But I just like to see him do that maybe a little bit more when he does have the bigger reach. But of course, he doesn't in this fight. So yeah, he can also get hurt from being too aggressive, like going in too much, and opportunities will be there for Arboleda after maybe he goes in too much. So possibly, like I said, if he times it well, there's an opportunity there for a possible couple shots. But I don't know how much that could affect Zepeda. It definitely could. Arboleda has been in there with some tough opposition, especially Chris Colbert in 2020, which he did lose and he did get battered in. But it's good experience. Delay also lost to in 2017. Zepeda is the favourite for this fight, and I think that Zepeda will win via TKO in round 8. I think his work rate will just be too much, and I don't think Arboleda will be good enough on the back foot to be able to deal with Zepeda's work rate. I think he'll outclass him, show his experience, show his ability, show that he is, of course, the better fighter. And then, like I said, there should be a big fight next after this. I think a Martin could be a big fight. A Cruz could be a big fight. I don't think he has a fight set up at the moment unless he's trying to fight like Stevenson or something. And I've also put Stevenson as an option, of course, if Cruz isn't really fighting any of the other big fighters and Stevenson wants to fight, like if, let's say, Haney loses to Loma, Haney then fights Tank, Loma possibly fights Cruz or Stevenson, there's somebody there that's going to be left out, I think, and I think whoever gets left out should be taken up by Zepeda, because then I think he would just put himself straight in contention to be the guy to be then next, if he wins that, to then next get thrown in against a Haney or whoever, if Tank beats Haney or whatever. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you did, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.